how's it going, my brain-rotted children of the internet? Have you ever wondered what it's like to see a middle-aged man in the middle of a midlife crisis with a wife-beater tank top overdosing on painkillers and alcohol like a homeless junkie and still be one of the greatest anti-heroes in gaming history? If you haven't, this is Max Payne 3, a third-person shooter made by the Holy Grail Sock Retard themselves. Today, we're finding out if it's possible to beat this game without taking a speckle of damage. The rules are as follows. We can't take no damage whatsoever unless it's canonical, as you guys should already know. The second rule is the hardest difficulty. As you brain-rotted children know, we always do the hardest difficulty. We do not chicken out here. We go in full flungus deep, baby. And before we get into this, somebody has already done this challenge before, so before you brain rot kids start cussing me out in the chat, we are the official no damage channel here. I hope you goobers put on your dancing shoes because this is about to get technical. But before you guys see the golden grail content, these videos do take a long time to make, so if you do like this content, like and subscribe, and if not, then don't. Anyways, let's get into the video, people. The game kicks off in Sao Paulo, Brazil, where our main character, Max Payne, casually logs into existence after a Vietnam flashback. We were chatting with Pesos minding our business until the party gets gate crashed by a bunch of crystal meth Brazilian tweakers who decide to kidnap Tatiana and Rodrigo, which is where the game finally begins. After saving her in a timely action sequence, we were brought to the hotel lobby, which after killing a few more thugs, we were brought into the parking lot. And after eating through these Brazilian tweakers with relative ease, we stopped the car in its tracks and saved Rodrigo. Oh, you But after finally getting Rodrigo safe, it was finally time to move on to the next mission. And after an incredibly long and skippable cutscene and watching an old drunk lecture a moron, these thugs from last time followed us again to try and take us out. But Max Payne was not going to let them get away with it this time. He charged through the window like an action movie stud, and I took out every degenerate in the area, baby. This mission I absolutely breezed through, lobotomizing every local crack fiend in sight. We made our way through the nightclub to find out we just missed Tatiana and Giovanna. So after doing 2 Mario jumps and getting to the rooftop, we meet back up with Pesos and Marcello. This helicopter sequence is hella easy with good aim until we get to the end where we come across our first issue of the run.
Yeah, it's one of those parts where you can't not take damage, you know what I mean?
And after claiming canonical damage on this section, Pax decides to Mario jump once again and take some serious fall damage, which left us fighting our way through the rooftop. After finally finishing the rooftop fight and listening to Max monologuing before stumbling across Giovanna, Tatiana wasn't there and my mission wasn't over till Tatiana was safe.
Giovanna was escaping the chud.
This took us to chapter 3, in which starts us in exchanging $3 million for Tatiana. And before we give these meth tweakers the cash and sealing the deal, we got ambushed by a sniper, which clipped Max, and the deal went south. And after Max picking himself back up and almost being clapped himself again, a very long monologue later, and Pesos patches us up, and after taking some strong opioids, we were back on our feet again. Our first half of this mission, trying to get to the snipers, an absolute breeze. You just breeze past it. There was a couple of restarts here and there, but honestly, it was really easy getting past this bit, until we took out the sniper, and we were back on our hunt to try and find the guy with the cash.
I was going to say, these guys have got henchman syndrome anyway. Oh, bro, it's that one guy who keeps fucking shooting me. See, he's just a fucking low image polygon.
And after taking out a few more PMCs, we investigated further, and I'll just let the game roll.
What? Fuck, I fucking shot by accident, shot the wrong area. Oh, bro. Oh, bro, how did I miss that first shot? I fucking knew there was a guy there. I'm like so lucky he's got henchman syndrome. I'm so lucky.
Now, before we all die of boredom while watching the same PMCs get shot and killed, we took care of the last sniper, helped Pesos. After 5 minutes of him constantly moaning down my ear, we decided to take out the last sniper in the upper stands, which is very, very easy, until we decided to climb up. That's when things got a little complicated.
Oh, you fucker, I knew it. Fucking hell. It takes you back here as well. That's so annoying. Oh! Come on, yes.
After another action movie drop kick into the sniper tower, we finally took care of him, and it was time to go home. We're on the next chapter, where we're back in New Jersey in a flashback to when Tony DeMarcos tried to take out Max Payne. This is where we meet Raul for the first time, and after Tony DeMarcos comes back and tries to kill us, we kill him first, which starts the mission. We make our way out through the bar, into the back alleys, and after taking out a few more Jersey boys with style, we kept running through the back alley, in which after scorching these fellas with 9mm, we escaped towards Max's apartment.
Best way to do this bit is to kill them in advance. Then you don't have to worry about them. There you go. Whoa! Almost forgot about that last guy there.
And after killing those Jersey boys, we almost got caught till our good old pal Herschel, the Vietnam vet, came to save the day and caused a distraction by blowing himself up in the process. Rip Herschel, which is when we got up to the rooftop.
I'm gonna make you shit your fucking pants, boy. Oh, shit. Henchman syndrome saves the day once again. And after taking care of those rooftop hooligans, whilst absorbing about 20 bullets without taking no damage and flying over the other side of a rooftop, we re-met back up with Pesos, taking care of a few more Italians with ease, which is where we get down towards the chop shop. There's a guy coming to the right. Oh, you fucker! He's been doing fuck all, by the way. Pesos is just sat there waiting for me to shoot them all. Look here. There you go. And it is the end. Woohoo! And that we are back in Brazil in the middle of a random rainforest, hunting down Tatiana. First section begins with taking 2 people out quietly until going randomly loud. I was absolutely clapping everybody in this mission with ease, but after trying to find Tatiana once again, but we were too late, another pointless action sequence, running through another warehouse once again. We got towards 90% of this actual mission before things started to really become a bit of an inconvenience. There we go. What? Oh my god! There's no way. Whoa, these guys are way too early. Whoa, you can see the bullets. And after taking out everyone on the harbor, we finally found out where Tatiana was getting taken. So Passos picked us up and we were on our journey fighting our way through the jungle. This part counts as taking no damage because it is the boat and the boat does have health markers and not necessarily Max Payne. So this part we're going to skip past because this entire section does not count until the very end when some idiot tries to ram us off course. And we do an action movie jump for no apparent reason. Oh, bro. Okay, I shot her by accident. Which leads us to the end of the mission, which Tatiana gets away. The next mission begins in the Bronco headquarters in Sao Paulo, Brazil, in which, after discussing family turmoil, Victor and Marcello leave the building, and we get attacked by PMCs. In order to keep Rodrigo safe, we need to use the security measures. However, it's shut down. So we decide to take the IT guy into the main room. And after absolutely scorching through the first, second, and third room with style and class, once we got into the main area, things really started to get complicated. But this bit is very annoying. Oh, yes. Come on. Fucking eating these twats for breakfast. And after cracking everybody's skulls in, we rebooted the system and Rodrigo was safe. We got towards the reception of the building where things really started to take off again. Bro, this guy needs to fucking die, I'm telling you. Bruh. Are you serious? Oh, you fucker. Oh, why is he not dead? Did you see that? Okay, yeah, now he takes a fucking stun. Benelli. Okay, cheers, Max, you fucking dumb shit. Unless you like, look. Just did a somersault. And after trying this another 10 times, finally... Oh, yes! We moved on. And after returning back to see if Rodrigo was okay, he was killed. And before Max gets to sit in his own shame for the next 7 chapters, he discovers a bomb underneath the table and jumps and somehow doesn't die. Now, after Max Payne decides to wake up to save us from the 5 and 10 minutes of monologuing, after killing a few more completely broken mercenaries, we got out safe and sound. We move on to chapter 7, where Max Payne gets a makeover, decides to wear a tropical shirt in the middle of a favela, and becomes bald. Whoever thought of that idea is stupid. And before pointlessly walking for about 5 minutes, we get bullied by a bunch of tweakers, which leaves us to try and find our way through the favela, and we come across a strip club. And after speaking to the detective earlier on inside the campaign, we find out that one of the mix is actually Andrew Tate. And after getting very politely interrupted by a bunch of Brazilians once more, after a few unsuccessful restarts, we got ourselves through the strip club. But it wasn't over. We had to make our way through the favela. The first section of the favela was actually pretty moderate. Sometimes the unpredictability got me to restart a few times, but mostly it was actually fairly easy. Until the second part where we were in bullet time. After that section, it got really, really annoying. You fucker. No! Oh my god. Oh, bro. Oh. I attempted this section for about another 20-30 times until the game got glitched. What the fuck happened there? The game's glitched me, basically. I can't do nothing. Oh, now I'm stuck in bullet time mode now. Okay, now the game's glitched and now I'm on the floor. Now, normally I'd be gravitating up into the air, but all of a sudden the game decided to sit there and put me on the ground. So I decided to utilize this and run to the next checkpoint to see what would happen. Okay, I ain't complaining. I have no idea what happened. You motherfuckers seen I was able to just continue to progress throughout the mission. We got through the next few checkpoints with relative ease with a few restarts here and there, but nothing big to be complaining about. Until we got to the part where Molotovs were thrown at us, is where the game really started to glitch out. I'm gonna have to just use regular ball time. Okay, for some reason now I'm catching fire. You see what I mean? Okay, I know what I mean. Yeah, I'm leaving it. Fuck this. well, decided to come back the next day and give it another shot, which, as per usual, we still had no luck. However, I skipped through it and played the entirety of the rest of the game until I came back because I didn't want to give up on it, and yes! We finally got through it, and in order to not mess around with continuity now, we're just going to continue back from where we left off. And after that triumphant victory, we were almost at Serrano's compound, and after fighting through a bunch of crackheads once more, we made it to the compound, which Max, for some random reason, decides to run in. Not the best choice in the world. Gets Tatiana killed on Marcello's shot, and they get taken away, and we go back to one of the best missions in the whole franchise. We reminisce back to New Jersey one more time to say goodbye to Max's wife. Max gives us a sad monologue of him grieving over his wife, even though he said he got over it in the second one. This mission's value is worth more of its weight in quality than it is actual difficulty. The checkpoints in this mission are relatively very easy until you get to the sniper, where it gets a little bit more technical. Whoa! But still, we passed with flying colours. Max and Pesos got captured, and we were sent to Mr. DeMarco, and after sobbing his heart out, we were back on our feet once again. The majority of this mission is basically a walkthrough, with most of the cover being able to protect you whilst also killing other people. We got towards the church where Pesos decided to call us +1 to get us out of New Jersey, which brings us back to modern day, where Max just decides to all of a sudden grow a spine and decides to walk out of there with style. This mission is mainly cinematic cutscenes with a few battles here and there between each checkpoint. This is one of the most base missions in the game. Max was investigating the favela further when he realized the local police were kidnapping people. He also stumbled across Marcello getting burnt like a marshmallow, and that's when he seen Andrew Tate. Max put all of his fist and fury into smacking Andrew Tate into bits, and after a machete right into the neck, toxic masculinity was over. Max also found Giovanna, which after saving her, we huddled up and waited for things to blow over. After getting up a few hours later, we took Giovanna to a phone to try and contact Pesos, in which after contacting him, we seen that people were following us. So we decided to go into the back alley, and this is when we find out
I'm also pregnant.
It turns out we were getting followed that whole time, and this is where the mission begins. And after scorning a few more PMCs and Giovanna having the survival instincts of a frog, and just like the last mission, we got through all the checkpoints with relative ease, only a few restarts, but not anything severe. Now, after completely smashing this mission with relative ease, Max let Giovanna drive, which was definitely one of the biggest mistakes he's made in his life. And after a very hollow sequence of just sitting there and shooting our way through, towards the end of the mission is where things got really difficult. And I actually thought we might not make it past this bit without taking no damage. Oh, you fuck. How? It's not going to let me shoot the people around me. Okay, so what's going on is it won't let me shoot the people around me. Come on. Yes! And with that, the mission was over, and before we made it up to the rooftop, Pesos left us behind. Max was pissed. He wanted answers, and after finding the silver and meeting up with him again, he asked us,
But what is it that you really thought that you were doing down there in Panama?
which brings us back to another flashback back in Panama. Max starts on a yacht owned by a woman who recently divorced, and after speaking to Marcello and Pesos, Max decides to go for a lie down. And after having a lovely lie down, he wakes up and realizes all hell has broken loose. And this is where the mission begins. The beginning of this mission is very easy up until the fuel gauges start to blow up, when we take a necessary damage part, as we'll deem it as canonical damage. Now, after we disable the fuel gauges, we go up topside, which after a few restarts, nothing too crazy, we end up progressing to the other side of the boat. This is where things really started to get really annoying. You would think for the fact that this is a 357 Magnum that it's actually good, but it turns out to be absolute horseshit. Bro, where are my bullets going? Where are all my bullets going? Oh! Oh! What the fuck? No! Oh my god! It's gonna be... Oh my god! Where's the pellets? Ah! Yes! And after thankfully making it past that part, we finally meet back up with Pesos, where we have to take out a few more PMCs. And after taking them all out like a piece of cake, honestly, the rest of this mission was an absolute breeze. Towards the end, Max goes up onto the rooftop and finds that every single one of the passengers on the boat were absolutely massacred. De Silva takes Max to an abandoned hotel, where Rodrigo was harvesting organs. And after quietly making our way upstairs, the mission finally begins. This mission is the exact same difficulty as the other few. With cover being your best friend, you can make it through this entire mission with only a few few restarts. Well, for me anyway. Max investigates the hotel even further and sees the organ harvesting in his own eyes. And after freaking out, Max decides to get some C4 to blow the building down to Kingdom Come. This whole section of the mission is very easy, just planting the C4s on the pillars and fighting a wave of PMCs again until we get to the very top where Max decides to detonate the C4 charge, blowing the whole building down. And as the building crumbles apart, we have to very quickly make our way through the entirety of the rooftop, and this is where things really became very stressful in the run.
I can't fucking aim properly because they're getting fucking ground shaken. What am I supposed to do against this guy? What the fuck? My guy's fucking breakdancing on the goddamn floor. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. I actually hate this game. Oh my fucking god. Can he shoot at his fucking leg? Holy shit, what's he doing? He's fucking sitting there. Didn't you fucking see that? Didn't you guys see that there? That was, what the fuck was that?
This whole section took me so many retries, and I genuinely thought it was impossible to get past until...
Wait, can we do it? Woohoo!
We finally reach victory, and Max, before he gets killed by the Italian job, Pesos comes to save the day. And after having a small little married couple argument, Max decides to take Pesos' help and get the hell out of there. Which brings us on to the next chapter where Giovanna and Pesos say goodbye to Max one last time. And Max decides to go to the police station and turn himself in. And after getting pushed around for a little while, Max decides he has enough and takes them both out at the same time. This is where the mission begins. This mission is one of the better missions in the game, but it is still very easy. I got through the majority of the police station with relative ease, with only having a few restarts here and there, but honestly nothing to sit there and actually contemplate about. Max finds the evidence room and finds out the UFE was behind Rodrigo's murder the entire time. And after that, Max has a little chat with the second in command, and this is where the mini-boss fight commences.
What the fuck? Are you fucking serious? Oh my god, what is he doing? Are you serious? I already killed the guy. Why does he keep spawning in weird locations? Hello? Hello? He's still shooting at me? This is not made by a AAA company, I'm telling you right now. Fucking hell, there's so many bugs and glitches.
Dead. This mission almost drove me insane, but I'm glad it was finally over. Max investigates further, and after almost strangling and killing the chief, Victor Branco comes and saves the day. And after their thorough getaway, Max loses them. But it isn't over there for Max Payne. He comes back one more time inside of the airport for some weird-ass reason, gets caught, goes on the conveyor belt, and finally the mission begins. This mission was more of an absolute beautiful masterpiece more than it was actually difficult. The first checkpoint is either the hardest or the easiest, depending on the mission, and this one I had a really nice hard time with.
Shit, I got no ammo. I got no ammo! I can't, there's nothing I can do. Why are we on this very slow conveyor belt? Wait, I can get off it. Oh my fucking god, What? Oh my god! Oh my god!
And after failing about 500,000 times later, we finally got through, and it brought us into the main lobby of the airport. This is where things really became a lot harder.
Oh my god! What? It sounds like a song that's like in fucking suit or something, you know what I mean?
Opened at the other end of
No! It's always this one guy! Bro, if I'm doing it one more time, and then if it doesn't work, I'm not fucking doing it again. They were blatant headshots right there. Oh my fucking god. Bro, this is... Oh my... He's fucking dead and he's still shooting me. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Fuck yourselves. Fuck yourselves.
This part took absolutely forever to complete, but once it was finished, we got on the trains, and honestly, this bit was very easy too. Max was finally in the hangar, and he was almost close to killing Victor and the chief. This part is one of the hardest parts ever in the run.
Bro was just fucking getting up. Yo! Max! It's not. Oh my god. Oh my god, are you seeing that? You guys seen that? You guys seen that? I was on his head for how long? Please, please, reload. What? Oh, that guy. Oh. No! Please. No, fuck off. The police car, fuck off. Oh. my God.
I genuinely thought it was impossible to not take damage in this section. And finally, after looking like an old man's toenail, we didn't finish off the chief. We had bigger fish to fry. Victor Branco was about to escape, but with Max in his orderly fashion, De Silva came and saved the day. We got in the car and we were hunting down Victor. This section is another car section, so this doesn't count and this is canonical, but I embraced every single moment of this, and this was pure beauty. We took the plane down and we left Victor to his fate. But before that, we broke Victor's leg, and we skip forward a week later. Max is moving on with the rest of his life and trying to find the peace that he deserves. A true anti-hero's exit and an admirable finish to the game. So what did we learn about Max Payne 3? The majority of this game is absolute cinematic beauty, with honestly most of the time you only having to do a few checkpoints here and there, but I enjoyed this absolute experience. Only if I didn't have a cold, it would have been much better. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one, folks.